Yep, guys. Is Srinivas Jayanda, not Jayanda. Okay, guys. So from today onwards, what we will discuss about the AWS. We will discuss about the AWS. That everything is completed, right? What is DevOps, SDLC, DevOps lifecycle. So what is Agile and Scrum? Linux also completed. Okay. So don't no need of a self scripting, guys. I will guide you the Ansible how we can do it. Okay. So from today onwards, what we will discuss? We'll discuss about the AWS. AWS. What is AWS, guys? AWS is nothing but a Amazon Web Services. What we are covering in this introduction to cloud computing. So introduction to AWS Web Services, a VM creation, and Elastic Compute Cloud regions and availability zones. Amazon AMI in EC2 instances. Okay, and Elastic EBS will discuss about Elastic Beanstalk storage and load balancing, auto scaling. Okay, network security, VPC, so Route 53, relational database, security and identity, IAM, Route, Amazon S3. Okay, Amazon CloudWatch, Cloud Formation. So simple email service will discuss. Okay, SQS will discuss SNS and Lambda, and we'll discuss about the ECS and Elastic Container Service and Kubernetes, guys. So we'll discuss ECS and Kubernetes in this course. We'll discuss. You understood? What is that? Suresha Srinivasa. iPhone.
Sure, sir.
Kishore, sorry. Kishore, now you understood, right?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So what is that? Cloud. What is that? Cloud. So for example, what this is, so this is a AWS is the cloud. Is this AWS, right? What this is, guys? This is a AWS cloud. Just you guys imagine. Check. 1 second. Copy image. Paste it. Yeah. So what this cloud is? This is a cloud. Cloud provider AWS. So as of now, so where we are deploying our servers, guys. So as of now, so where we deployed our servers and where we deployed our application, where we kept the our servers, guys. Srihita, Pujita, Srinivas.
The data center.
Yes, nice.
Cloud.
Very good. Diamond super. So where we are keeping our servers in the data center. So data center means on-premise environment. So what we call it as in the real-time on-premise environment. So data center are on-premise environments. So as of now, so what we discussed, guys, we discussed about the so physical servers and guys. So
Yeah.
in your laptop, which OS is installed? How you installed? A
Windows.
physical servers. So a innovation thought came into the picture. The next, what is the innovation from physical to So physical to, guys, what this is? Physical to, so physical to virtualization. So initially, so you deployed, so you installed a OS on physical server. So right, so this is the burden of cost. So a innovative thought came into the picture, and 90% of cost are reduced from physical to virtualization. So physical to, so virtualization, right? So what they are providing, guys? What they are providing? They are providing a IaaS. What is this? Infrastructure as a service. Infrastructure as a service, right, guys? So we installed a virtualization Oracle virtual machine on our machine. Then you installed the CentOS 7, right? So you deployed your application here, right? So these all are the call it as a VM. These are also call it as a VM. So VM is nothing but a virtual machine. VM is nothing but a virtual machine. Okay. So what are the drawbacks? So what are the drawbacks on the data center? Why everyone is moving? Why everyone is migrating from cloud to data center? Data center to cloud. Wow, they are migrating from the cloud to data center. So what they are providing is data centers are providing IaaS, infrastructure as a service. Infrastructure as a service. What they are providing the infra, physical servers or virtual machines. After that, what you need to do, guys, you need to install the. So, for example, if you want to deploy your application, so what you need? You need a Tomcat Java. Then you can deploy your code here. Okay. So what you need to do? You need to install the softwares. What are the softwares you need to install? Java softwares we need to install, right? So and whatever the developer, right? Developer will be write the code and write the code and the operation engineer will deploy the code into our Tomcat server. So everything is manually here. Everything is manually. The operation engineer will deploy. The operation engineer is nothing but, for example, a Linux engineer or a Windows engineer. If the VM is virtual machine is Red Hat or CentOS, it's a Red or a CentOS or a Red Hat. These all are the Linux machines. So if the hardware is if the your VM is a Windows, so who need, guys? A Windows engineer. Windows engineer will deploy our application in the servers. So right, what they are providing until data centers are providing only the IaaS, infrastructure as a service. Infrastructure as a service. What are the drawbacks here, guys? So from physical to virtualization. So virtualization, in the virtualization, so how many environments we have? We have a development environment and QA environment and production environment. So these environments are, so I already know, right, guys? So this is the non-prod environment and this is the production environment. So production environment servers will be running on 24 by 7. Production environments will be running on 24 by 7. 24 by 7. But the non-prod and non-prod QA and dev. So what this is? This is the dev environment and this is the QA environment and this is the prod. Yeah, prod we are good. Our servers will be running on 24 by 7 and we are paying the money. But so the developers and QA engineers will work on daily 8 hours only. How many hours? 8 hours only. 8 hours only. But we are paying the money for 24 hours, 24 by 7 and 365 days. But so we are utilizing only 8 hours on these virtual machines. How many hours we are utilizing? We are utilizing only on 8 hours. But we are paying, so we are paying for 24 by 7. We are paying for 24 by 7. Here, something like 8 hours and we are not using the 16 hours. So the remaining 16 hours. So remaining 16 hours we will not use, but we are paying the money. So we are using only 8 hours, but we are paying the money for 16 hours. So we are paying the money for 24 hours, right? So here for the cost reduction, this is the disadvantage of the data center. And what is the advantage of the cloud? So cloud slogan is, what is the slogan of the cloud? Guys, what is the slogan of the cloud? I think Suresh, you know, right? So what is the slogan of the cloud, guys? Pay as you go. So pay as you go or pay per use. What is this, guys? Pay per use. So whenever you use the servers, that time only we can pay the money. Here, so here also the cloud also uses the virtual machines. Same concept. Cloud also uses the virtual machines, but whenever the developer wants to connect, right? That time, for example, I am a developer. I am working from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Okay, so that time only, whenever I came to the office, right? I log into the cloud and I will start the server. I will start the server. I will start the server whenever my work's completed, right? Start at 9 a.m. Login at 9 a.m. Login at 9 a.m. Then he start the servers. Log out at 6 p.m. So then he will stop the service. So how many hours he is working here? For example, 8 hours here. He is working here. So that time only we can pay the money. So what is the slogan of the cloud, guys? Why cloud is popular? The cloud is popular because of the pay per use or a pay as you go. So this is the model that the cloud. What is the advantage? Advantage is here. So whenever you use the server, that time only we can pay the money. Here, so if you are using or if you are not using, we can pay the money. So this is the one drawback and this is the one advantage. This is the one drawback and this is the one advantage. So from here to here, 90% of the cost reduces. And here to here, 90% of the cost reduces. So for example, so from physical to server, so paying 1 lakh or else paying paying 10 lakh here and paying 90% means he will pay here 1 lakh. And from here to here, he will pay 10K only. Per month, how much he will pay? He will pay 10K. You see? So the physical to virtualization, from virtualization, not virtualization. So they are also using the virtualization, but if you use the from data center to cloud, so how much it reduces? It reduces almost 10 lakhs to 10K. Guys, this is the one advantage of the cloud. This is the one advantage of the cloud. So what is the slogan of the cloud, guys? What is the slogan of the cloud? Guys,
Pay
respond,
as you
guys.
go.
Pay as you go. You understood? So how how it is? So why cloud popular? Because of one reason is, so this is the one reason. So this is the one reason cloud is popular. Guys, understood? And what they are providing here, infrastructure, what they are providing? They are providing the only IaaS infrastructure as a service. Guys, everyone can speak out. What is the service? What data centers
Infrastructure
provides?
service.
What data center provides? Guys, speak out, guys. Suresh, what data centers provides?
Data
Infrastructure as
center
a service.
provide the physical server and virtual machine.
Yes. So
Virtualization, sorry.
infrastructure as a service. So here
Infrastructure as
also,
a
what they are providing? They are providing the IaaS. What is that?
yes.
Infrastructure as a service. Infrastructure as a service. Okay. So this is the one advantage. So if you have only one advantage, is they are migrating from data center to cloud? They are migrating from data center to cloud? No. So within
No.
one advantage, they will not migrate. So we will not migrate. Guys,
Harry, excuse me, please. Can you
yeah, yeah.
explain more about the production for 24-hour, 24/7? I didn't just understand
Yeah.
how the production center
If you keep the
works.
server in the data center, so we need to pay the money if you are using it or if you are not using it. Okay. So this
Okay.
is the drawback of the data center. But here, what is the slogan of the cloud provider? Pay as you go. Pay as you go means whenever you use the server, whenever you use this VM, for example, this VM, that time only we can pay the money. Okay.
Okay.
And you understood? So whenever a
Yeah.
developer or a QA engineer will come into the office, right? Then only he will log in and he will start the server. Then whenever he log out from the office, right? He will shut down the server. Because of there is no use, right? Developer, whenever the developer came into the office, so once they develop it, right, they will test it in their dev environment, right? So dev environment is not a live environment. It's a non-production environment. So if you start this environment, who will impact, guys? Who will impact? If development servers are stopped state, who will impact? Guys, respond, guys.
Can you repeat the question again?
Yeah. So if development environment is in stopped state, who will impact?
Oh,
Who will impact? Only developer.
To
If the
developer.
development
yeah,
environment is in up and running, so he will able to test it the application, whatever he developed, right? So
yeah.
QA. So we need to validate we need to certify the application. So if a QA environment is in shutdown state, who will impact? Only QA people. And this is in the company only. Non-prod means dev environment and QA environment. So development people and QA people will impact. If it is a prod, so it will impact on end user. Who are the end users? We are the end users, right? Whatever you are seeing it the browse on the online, right? These people will impact. That's the reason most of the times these servers are in the up and running 24 by 7 and 360 days. 365 days. Guys, understood? Suresh, understood? Huh?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
That's right. These are the end users. So if our production environment is in shutdown state, so who will impact? End users will impact. End users, so will be impact. That's the reason this will be
Okay.
live on 24 by 7 and 365 days. Okay. So what is one drawback, guys? One drawback is, so something like here we have a pay as you go, and here, so we need to pay the money for 24 by 7. Now you got it. Okay. So other one, something like so before, so banking and insurance and for example hospital and telephone, so everything will be before there is no applications for this environment. So for this, so for example, this is the bank. How you are sending, how you are transferring your money from one account to another account, guys? So before app, before application, before online application, so how you are transferring money from one account to another account, guys?
Before application through check.
Through check or something like you need to go to the bank manually, and we
Yeah.
need to something like we need to uh, write some that
Voucher.
voucher and then send submit to the clerk
Client.
or something like, right, manager something. So then it will transfer. They will so everything will be manual, right? Insurance, hospital, and telephone also, telephony, right? After that, what it came, guys? So everything So everything through how you can pay the money, how you can transfer the money. You can transfer the money through application, right? So they think and they created a application for app for every industry. They created a app application for every industry. No need to go to the bank. No need to go to the insurance. LIC offices are. No need to go to the hospitals. No need to go to the telephony companies. You directly go to the app and you can transfer the money. Directly go to the insurance portal, then you can pay the premium. Directly go to the Medibuddy or something like you need to directly claim the cashless or something like in that reimbursement. So telephone also we have. So before, so we are getting the telephones through the yes, BSNL, right? BSNL they are operating through manually. So nowadays it will be app. The same like as a. So what this is? This is the infra. So the infra. So AWS guys, Amazon guys have a thought to create the application for the infrastructure. So because of if you're having any issue, so if you're having any issue, you need to directly go to the data centers. What are those guys? So what are the data center guys? Tell me about the data centers. Initially, we discussed which data center, guys. Sihita, are you
On-premise.
there? Huh? Yeah.
Yes,
So what are
sir.
the data centers, guys? Pujita, Shrihita. So control-less data center. So what is this data center? Control-less data center or NetMagic data centers. NetMagic data center. Right. So these all are the data centers. These all are the data centers. Right. So initially, so in my previous organization, second organization or something like, our servers will be keep it in the NetMagic data centers. So in the NetMagic data centers, our servers, our production will be on the Chennai and our DR will be the NetMagic. If you have the any issue or if you want to keep the servers in the data centers, right? Initially, so we will go to that NetMagic data center and we will keep the servers and we will install everything. Then we came to the our offices, then connect to the server, then we install the softwares and then we can deploy the application. So right, and if there is any issue, so we are directly going to the data centers and we are resolving the issues, right? So this is the headache. We need to manually go to the data centers and we need to do that like that. Understood? So we need to manually in Hyderabad we have a controllers data center. So before, so the third company we used the controllers data centers. We used the controllers data centers. Right? Understood? So NetMagic and controllers data centers, right? So if you want to, if you're having any issue, we need to go to the manually. So the same like so initially bank, insurance, hospital. So a Amazon having a thought like we need to create a application, we need to create a software, or we need to create a website or application for the data center. They have the idea, they have the thought. They want to implement that thought as a cloud, something like they created the application. So it is that. So they created the application. They created the application software website for that, and they are linked to the data centers. They are linked to the data centers. If you want a server, if you want a server, you can directly log into the data center, and data center internally linked to the that sorry, the AWS internally linked to the data center. Because of what it AWS? AWS is a application or a website. AWS is a website. Website or a application, right? This is the application. So if you want a VM is a infrastructure. Is that application will create the VM? No, it will connect to the data center, and how we will get the VM, right? Here, so if you want a server, right? So first we need to buy the Dell PowerEdge server, and then we can get the code from the data center. Then will keep it in the data center. They will set up that data center. Then we will install the virtualization. Then we will give it to the Red Hat to the developer. For example, developer want a server, a new server. So how much time it will take? It will take 15 to 20 days to give the servers to the. So 15 days, for example, 15 days to give the servers to the development team. But here, so it's a predefined environment. What is this? This data center is a predefined environment. So in the application, right, you just select the tabs. You just select the tabs, and once you click it, right, it will automatically get it from the data center. Because of this is not a pre-installed predefined data center. These data centers are a predefined data centers. What the data centers? So these are the a predefined data center. So if you want to give the server, we call it as a virtual machine manually, but here they created a new name, call it as a instance. If you want a server, here we call it as a virtual machine. In the AWS we call it as a VM instance. Guys, understood? So there is no difference between the cloud and the data center. Just they created a application for the data center and link it to the data center. Why? Because of we need a we need to do some we need to reduce some time. We need to reduce the time for getting the servers. We need to reduce the time for getting the storage. We need to reduce the time for getting the network. We need to reduce the time for so we need to reduce the what time we need to reduce. What time we need to reduce? We need to go to the data center and we need to keep the server. We need to install the OS. Then we need to install the software. Then we will give it to the development team. Right. So for this we are getting 15 days. We want to reduce this time. We want to reduce this time. For that purpose, they created application and they link it to the data center. They link it to the data center. So if there is any issue, do we need to go to the data center? No. You can directly log into this application and you can restart the servers. You can set up the servers, everything through portal only. So if you want to connect this portal, what you need? You need a computer with the internet. You need a computer with internet. You don't need to go to the data centers manually. You will not do anything in the manual because of this is the automation, right? Whatever the thoughts for the application for every industry, the same thought came into the website that AWS, and they are started to creating a application, developing a application for the data centers. Developing a application for the data centers. They developed the application and link it to the data center. Okay. So if you took the AWS or something, like if you took the cloud, so they are providing only IaaS, infrastructure as a service. Here also providing the infrastructure as a service. There is no much difference between this and this. So we need we need to serve another services also. We need to give another services also. Then only people will came into the cloud, migrate to the cloud. What those are? Those are the services. Initially, they are giving the IaaS. So later they started PaaS, platform as a service. What is that, guys? Platform as a service and SaaS. What is that? Software as a service. So what they are providing, guys? They are providing a Guys, tell me what data center provides? Data center provides only IaaS, infrastructure as a service. Infrastructure as a service. But uh, but cloud provides IaaS and PaaS. What is IaaS? What is PaaS? What is IaaS? What is PaaS? In 2006, they started the AWS, the services, EC2, S3, and so later Google and the Azure, Google and Microsoft company also. So, for example, Bahubali movie or something like one movie came, right? The same type of movies will copy and build the same type of movies, right? The same way. So initially, who provides the cloud, guys? Cloud provided by the AWS. Cloud provided by the AWS. Later, every company, every company thought to create the cloud. So what is this, guys? Cloud providers, guys. So cloud providers. Initially, who invented the cloud? Guys, initially, who invented the cloud? Who?
AWS.
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 Yes. So AWS, so invented. So later, so some companies took that and they also tried to build their cloud. So what are the initially AWS? So AWS, which company? What is AWS? AWS is nothing but a Amazon Web Services. What is that, guys? Amazon Web Services. Who developed, guys? Amazon company. Who is Amazon company. Okay. The same way, Azure. What is that, guys?
Azure.
Azure. So, right, Azure is something like there is no name of Azure, but Azure. So, Azure, which company developed, guys?
Microsoft.
Very
Microsoft.
good. Microsoft. Microsoft company designed the Azure. GCP. Who, guys? Google
Google.
Compute Cloud. Google Compute Cloud. So, who, guys? Google company. Google company. OCI. OCI from Oracle Compute Engine. Oracle Compute Infra or something like. So this will be designed by the Oracle company. Oracle company. The same like as a IBM, Alibaba. Okay. Alibaba. These all are the cloud providers. Alibaba from China. Guys. So who designed the cloud, guys? Who are the cloud providers, guys?
AWS, Azure, GCP,
Yes,
OCI. Yeah.
AWS, Azure, GCP, OCI, IBM, Alibaba. So Alibaba, these all are the cloud providers. So if you lend the any one of the cloud, for example, you lend so AWS cloud. The similar way. So whatever the core functionalities should be same. The core functionalities should be same. So every cloud provider uses the same cloud services. What we call it as, guys? So what these all are? These all are the cloud services. What these are? So these all are the cloud services. Every cloud provider uses the same cloud services. Azure, AWS, GCP, OCI, IBM, or Alibaba. So what are the cloud services? IaaS, PaaS, SaaS. Guys, what are the cloud services? What are the cloud
IAS,
service? Yes.
PAS,
Pass,
SAS,
pass.
Hmm.
Yes.
SAS.
SaaS. So what is IaaS? IaaS is nothing but infrastructure as a service. Yeah, we know the IaaS. So we already know the data center. We know the IaaS. Okay. So what is PaaS and what is SaaS? Platform as a service and software as a service. Okay. Platform as a service and software as a service. This is nothing but a AWS, Azure, GCP, OCI, IBM, Alibaba. Everyone uses the same cloud services. Okay. So everyone uses the same cloud services and the cloud environments. So what are the cloud environments, guys? Public, private, and hybrid. What is that? Public, private, and hybrid. So these all are the cloud environments. What is that? ENV. So cloud environments. So
Hello, let me
every
call you back.
cloud provider uses these environments. So right, every cloud provider uses the cloud services and every cloud provider uses the cloud environments, cloud types, public, private, hybrid. You guys understood? Is it simple?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a core functionality. Every cloud uses this core functionality, this core features. This is the
So
core
Harry,
features.
please,
Yeah.
what are because for the data center IaaS is infra as a
Yeah. I will
service?
tell you. I will tell you. Wait and see. Okay.
Okay, because I wanted
You
to
will
know the
understand. You will understand.
platform as a service.
Yes.
Okay.
You will understand. You will understand.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is the cloud provider. Every cloud provider uses this cloud services. This is the cloud services and cloud environments. Cloud environments. Now you understood, right, guys? So if you learn AWS, this same. If you learn Azure, same. GCP, same. OCI, IBM, and Alibaba. This is the core functionality. The core functionality should be same, but the naming convention is different. Naming convention is different. So for example, in AWS, what we call it as AWS, we call it as a virtual machine is nothing but a instance. What is that, guys? Virtual machine is nothing but a VM is nothing but a
Instance.
instance. But in Azure, what we call it as virtual machine. In GCP, we call it as a Google Compute Engine. Google Compute Engine. Google Compute Engine, we call it as, right? But what this is, everything is VM. But the naming convention is different. Here also, this is also VM. This is also VM. This is also VM. But they created, they gave a different name for a VM. So here we call it as an instance. Here we call it as a virtual machine. Here we call it as a GC, Google Compute Engine. Guys, understood? If you learn the any cloud, it will be very easy because of the naming convention should be different, but the core functionality should be same. This is the instance or something like S3 bucket. So storage, S3 bucket, global storage or something like right. Same or the functionality should be same, but the naming convention should be different. Naming convention should be different. Yeah, now you understood. Now you understood the IAS, right? Yeah. For example, a client, what is that? A client came into the picture. Some other industry, or something like a So we took as a some other industry, something like some other history. What is it? Ship, for example. You take as a ship industry, right? You need a application for our industry. This is the client. Who is this, guys? This is a client. Is the a client. So a client came to came to so some. Sorry, you already know, right, guys? Companies are two types of companies. Companies are two types. One is a service based company and the product based company. What is that, guys? The
Service
IT
based
should be,
income.
yeah. Product based company and service based company. Service based company. What is, guys? So product based companies means they have their own products. They have their own products. They will not involve to the other clients. A service based company is nothing but a, so they don't have the products. They will they will be tie up with the some other clients and created a application for that. Use the use our resources, use their company resources and created the website or something like services for the company. Okay, so this is a service based company. Is the service based company. So if the service based company, he is asking to a client, for example bank, so what we need, guys, so we need a developer to develop the code. We need a developers and QA and the operation engineer to deploy the application. How many people we need, guys? We need a developer, we need a QA engineer, we need an operation engineer to deploy the application. To deploy the application. For example, you are a client. This is the service-based company. This company took the cloud, call it as a AWS, for example. AWS. So in AWS, they took the service, call it as a they took the a service, call it as a IaaS. What is this, guys? IaaS. What they will provide? They will provide the AWS company provide the infrastructure only. Infrastructure means VM. One VM. After that, what you need to install the OS on this. We need to install a OS. So for that purpose, what we need? We need a operational engineer. We need a operational engineer, right? Infra. We need a operational engineer to build the infra, right? So what they will manage if they having any issue, CentOS 9 you installed. So if there is if there any if they having any issue on the infra, what is that, guys? IaaS. If they having any issue on the infra, who will support, guys? The Amazon company support it. So Amazon company support it because of you took the service infrastructure as a service on this AWS. So if they're having any issue related to infra, so who will manage this infra? Amazon company manage this infra. Amazon team having a support, IT support. If you are having any issue, you can raise a request to the Amazon. So they will give you some guidance or support to the infra. Okay. After that, what you need to do? So you manually install the Java and Tomcat. What these two are, guys? These two are the softwares. What these two are? These two are the softwares. So who will install the softwares? So who will install the software? These softwares will be installed by the operation engineer only. Okay. So in our company, you reduces the operational engineer cost. You want to reduce the operation engineer cost. What you can go? You can directly go to the Amazon Web Services and we need a a platform as a service also. What we need? We need a infra as a service and platform as a service. What is platform as a service? Platform as a service is nothing but a whatever the applications, right? These applications, the software installation is nothing but a PaaS. What this is, guys? This is nothing but a PaaS is nothing but a platform as a service. In the platform as a service, what they will provide? They will install the Java, Tomcat, or something like. So you need to get the support from the AWS. If you don't want the operation engineer cost, you directly go to the AWS and you took as a platform as a service. So if you took the platform as a service, what they will provide? They will provide the infrastructure as a service and platform as a service. You just need a developer and a QA engineer. So developer will deploy the application into the onto this server if you took the platform as a service, right? So what you need a people for deploying the develop the application. You need a developers to develop the application. You don't want to burden the operation engineer cost. Okay. So what it is? So in the IaaS, what they will provide infrastructure as a service. In PaaS, what they will provide? They will provide the infra as well as software installations also. PaaS as IaaS. PaaS and IaaS. Guys, understood? So what they are providing? They are providing the infra and platform as a service. Platform as a service means we need a software needs to install for deploying our application, deploying our code, right? So for that softwares, we call it as a platform as a service. Platform as a service. Platform as a service. You are the client. You are the client. Now understood, right? So service based companies purpose they are created the infra. So they need to reduce the infra people. They will provide the platform as engineer. So I don't want to go to the service based companies. I don't want to go to the service based company. Okay, a client directly come to the AWS. Directly come to the AWS. What they will provide? They will provide everything. They will provide the IaaS, PaaS and SaaS. So what is a SaaS? SaaS is nothing but a software as a service. So they want a application. What we need a IaaS, PaaS, SaaS, right? So client directly go to the cloud, reach out to the any cloud provider, and they want a application. They want a application for that, right? They directly communicate. They directly communicate to the cloud. They directly communicate to the cloud, and they directly communicate to the cloud, and they want a application for that. So what they will provide? They will provide IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. SaaS is nothing but a software as a service. They will provide everything. They will provide everything. Guys, if you need a software, you directly reach out to AWS or any cloud. They will provide the SaaS is nothing but a software. For example, your application. Your application. So your application also build. So what they have? AWS having all the people, developers also there, QA engineers also there, and that operations guy also there. Operations guy, everyone is there in the AWS. Why cloud is popular? Because of you don't go to the service based companies, then they will reach out to this. You directly reach out to me. You directly reach out to me, and we will provide everything. We will provide everything. What is that, guys? IaaS is nothing but infra as a service. PaaS is nothing but a platform as a service. SaaS is nothing but a software as a service. Software as a service. Guys, now you understood why they are migrating. Again, the advantage is, so they are providing IaaS, PaaS, as here they are providing only IaaS, infrastructure as a service. Guys, don't go to any service based companies. You directly come to me and we will provide you everything for you. We will provide everything for you. Guys, understood? If you took as a SaaS,
Yeah.
so you will get the PaaS and the IaaS also. Everything will be take care by the cloud provider. Whichever the provider you are going to your contact, that cloud provider will be taking care of everything. Guys, now you understood?
Yeah.
You got the clarity?
Yes, Hari.
Yeah, very good. So now you got it right. There is no much difference between data center and cloud. Just they created an application for the same like as a bank, insurance, hospital and telephone. So before we manually go to the bank, so before we manually go to the data center, now we don't want to go to the data center. What they are providing? They are providing a website for the connecting to the data centers. And they reduces the time because of they already predefined it. It's already a predefined it. Yes, understood. What is now Amazon or AWS data centers? Data centers. AWS data centers. Guys, understood. So these all are the data centers for the AWS. Guys, understood? So finally, that application will be connected to the data center and will get the VM, server, storage, everything from these data centers. Everything from data centers. Guys, understood? AWS data centers, Azure data centers. So these all are the Microsoft Azure data centers, GCP data centers, GCP data centers. So these all are the GCP data centers. Okay. The same like as a OCI, Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. So these all are the Oracle data centers. This is the Oracle data centers. Oracle OCI, Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. So Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, GCP Cloud, GCP Cloud, Azure Cloud, Azure Cloud. Guys, now you got the clarity. Guys, now you got the clarity about it. So this is Azure, Microsoft Azure. This is GCP, right? This is a Google Cloud Platform, Google Cloud Platform, and Azure, and OCI, Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, and Amazon AWS. AWS. What is AWS means, guys? So AWS is nothing but a Amazon Web Services. Amazon Web Services. Guys, understood? Now you got the clarity?
Yeah. So Harry,
Nothing much.
yeah.
Nothing much.
So
Yep.
okay. So within the Google providers, all these the all the cloud within the cloud providers, all of
Mm.
them is independent on their own,
Yes, yes,
but is
independent. Independent.
within the Google providers. Okay. I mean the cloud, right?
Yes. Now you got the clarity.
Yeah.
Now you get
Yeah.
the 1 second, guys. File save as PNG. Okay. Gallery desktop. AWS with 60 devops, 60 data center less cloud. Okay, you got the clarity about right. Now I will tell you what this is, guys. This is a AWS. Suresh, understood? Suresh, Ishwar,
Yeah, Hari Hari. Good to know.
yeah. Suresh there. Suresh, Suresh, iPhone, Srinivas Reddy,
Yeah, yeah.
Shrihata, Pujita, understood?
Sir, Kishore.
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Kishore,
Yes, sir.
Kishore, now you got it. How we can
Yes.
relate the data center to AWS?
Yes, sir, I got it.
You got it right? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So what this is, for example, this is a AWS. What is this, guys? This is the AWS cloud. I forgot what I want to tell. Ah, right. So you are from India. So what is that? Amar, Amar, Emia, Amar, and Apak. So what these are, guys? Does anyone knows what these are? Guys, does anyone knows what these are? I think Pujita knows, right? Pujita.
In different regions.
Yes, very good. Regions. So, where you are living, guys? In which region you are living? Pujita, you are living in
MR.
MR, right? So, MR is nothing but a American region. What is this? American, South
American
Africa.
region.
Yes, North Africa, South Africa, North Africa.
Or
So, right?
Canada.
Yeah, MEA is nothing but a Europe, Middle
Europe.
East. Okay. So, these all are the Middle East region. APAC. I am from APAC, guys. You guys?
Yeah.
Ish. Srinivas Reddy, where are you?
Yes.
APAC region.
Background.
Yeah, I am from APAC. So Pujita from MR. Mia, I think Diamond, you are also from MR, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Mia from some other guys. Okay. So these are the regions. So my application is related to APAC, India related. My application is related to EMEA. My application is related to America. Right. So but the data centers are in the but the data centers, right? So every region they created the every region they created the data centers. In every region they created the data centers, right? So for example, AMEA region, so this is AMEA, so this is APAC, and this is AMER region. So your application need to, this is regions, your application need to be deployed in our local area only. So local area having the data centers. What these are, guys? These are the data centers. The same like as every region having their own data centers. You can check that data centers. Okay, you can check it the region, and you can deploy your application in your region. Right. This application for a world, a universe. This application is for universe, and you can, what you can do, guys? You can select your region, and in the region, whatever the data centers are, right? You can select the data center, and you can deploy your application. You can deploy your application. Guys, understood? There is no much difference between data center and cloud. Because of why I am telling from day one onwards what is data center, why data center, right? Because of there is no much difference between data center and cloud. That's the reason from day one onwards I am telling what is data center, why data center. Guys, understood?
Mhm.
Now AWS is, now cloud is easy or not, guys? Guys, speak out, guys.
Yeah, Hari Hari.
Easy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Pujita, Srihita, Mahesh, Srinivas.
Yeah, it's easy.
Easy, right? Yeah. So these are the easy regions. So what are those regions? So what are those regions? I will discuss you on tomorrow. Yeah. Before starting today AWS, so we'll discuss that the regions, right? So when it was started, what are the competitors? What is a region? How we call it as North? This is AMR. This is APAC. This is EMEA, right? How they call it as, what is data center, what is region. So we'll discuss tomorrow. We'll discuss tomorrow what is a region, what is a availability zone, right? So in the globe they created a application and they link it to their data centers, that the related region data centers, right? So region, availability zone, data centers, edge locations are a points of presence. So we'll discuss tomorrow. And before that, I will show you AWS material, right? I
Can you
don't
please
have a much
share the
thing.
course content also? I don't have the details.
You don't have a?
Uh,
Yeah, I will share it in. I already shared it in the. I will share. Okay.
yeah, thank you.
Yeah. What is that, guys? Downloads material. Okay. So what we will discuss? So introduction to cloud computing. So I already discussed these things, but just so brief, I will discuss here. What is cloud computing? Why we go for cloud computing? History and origins of cloud computing, characteristics of the cloud computing, types of cloud services, software as a service, platform as a service, infrastructure as a service, cloud implementations. So cloud implementation. What is cloud computing? What is the characteristics, history and origins of the cloud computing? Okay. So we'll discuss about the cloud service layer, infrastructure, platform, application, infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. Okay. So traditional IT, data center, everything will be done by ours. So if you took the IaaS, so up to OS. If you took the PaaS, up to platform, software installation. So if you took the SaaS, everything will be taken care by the cloud only. Okay. We'll discuss cloud implementation types of public, private, hybrid. Okay. So then we'll start introduction to AWS. Mostly we'll complete this one, and the second module also we'll discuss tomorrow. Introduction to AWS. What is AWS? Benefits of using AWS, history and origins of AWS, AWS components, AWS services, AWS regions, availability zones, edge locations, and certifications. So here, once we start that, right, so then we'll start from this. What is AWS? Okay. Once completed the second module, so we'll discuss while teaching the second, right? I will discuss this one also. Okay, guys. So once you discuss this one, right? Amazon Web Services, then I will show you how to sign up AWS account, how to sign up AWS account, and how to launch the EC2 instance. What is the CC2? What are the services? What are the certifications you need to done? So if you want to write it, we'll discuss tomorrow, guys. What is EC2? What is a service? Why service? Everything I will discuss. Okay. Guys, understood?
Okay.
Yeah.
Easy. No worries.
Yeah, okay,
Okay.
okay.
Okay, sir.
Yep,
All
thank
right.
you, guys. We'll continue from tomorrow. I want to jump to the other class. Huh?